Dear Prime Minister Ida Shouralbine, dear Commissioner, respected ministers, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a great day for Pristina. It is the center of gravity of one of the greatest Berlin process initiatives, the Western Balkans Digital Summit. Pristina today bursts and radiates with the dynamism of so many startups, companies, experts and policymakers, all united in their drive to harness the potentials of digitization for our region's growth. It is the same vibrant spirit and energy we are privileged to see in flesh just 2 weeks ago when we organized the dynamic youth-driven event Balkaton 3. Youth drive and vigor is such a force to be reckoned with, inspiring yet at the same time compelling us, policymakers, to work much harder, smarter and swifter. This summit comes at a particular juncture for our region. While geopolitical, inflationary, energy, food, climate and other crises loom over, we also try to find some silver linings. The long overdue start of negotiations for Albania and North Macedonia. The encouraging State of Union address of President von der Leyen on our region's future in the Union, or the recent positive announcements by Germany, France and Poland on the continuation of the Berlin process as an additional means to foster regional cooperation and the European integration of the Western Balkans. At the same time, we can't but insist that bold, decisive and definite steps for our region's EU accession are taken without further delays, including the remise of visa liberalization for Kosovo and the candidate status for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Much like this juncture, digitization in our region has its two sides of the coin. On one hand, there have been great broadband connectivity strides. Kosovo is the home of a vast number of world-class talents, the highest rate of internet users in the region standing at 93%, with a huge number of companies registered in the ICT sector amounting to 1,000, and only last year exporting 130 million services regarding the ICT products. Dear all, with over a year now in implementation, we take pride in the major success of the regional roaming agreement, with a total of 143 million minutes of outgoing calls by our roaming users in 2021, representing 50% annual growth compared to 2019 and 2020. Now, let me take Kosovo as a case in point. What has Kosovo gained from being an equal participant at the RCC, thus enjoying the benefits of the regional initiatives? Allow me to elaborate a bit on this, and I will stop only on the digital agenda. Under Roam Like at Home regime, Kosovo specifically recorded 120% increase of minutes in calls, 260% increase of minutes received, and 500% increase in data volume. But the success of these achievements does not stand only at the economic benefit of zero tariffs while roaming among us, but in treating citizens of this region fairly and equally, settling as well the ongoing process of reduction of roaming prices between the Western Balkans and the European Union. What else? In the last 3 years, RCC embarked on a series of initiatives, competitions like Balkaton and similar ones like Futurismo, the Butterfly Award on Innovation, Youth Lab, the Regional Network of Women in Entrepreneurship, Women and Girls in STEM, aiming to boost our human capital and to support the Western Balkan region to move forward, while also trying to retain our talented workforce within our homes. In 3 years, we received 90 applications from Kosovo, one of the biggest numbers of applicants, and we had a great winner in each edition, like the rest of Western Balkan economies. These examples demonstrate the intrinsic value of cooperation as such. The region needs more cooperation, not less, because Western Balkans is a region composed of small markets and they need to come together as one. Seeing regional relations from the individual lenses, Kosovo shelters the highest number of citizens at 52%, who tend to believe that the regional situation is notably better compared to the high-level political relationships among the economies. On the other hand, our region is recently struggling with serious cyber attacks, considered by a vast majority of the Western Balkan citizens a major threat, some even paralyzing government infrastructure and services for an extended period of time. To this end, a stronger regional response on cybersecurity as part of the respective European structure is instrumental. Western Balkans digital literacy is still low, as is the level of the cross-border interoperability. Disinformation and fake news flourish. 76% of citizens in Kosovo consider disinformation a major security threat. The audience online, once passive, is now active in all the social media platforms. And to prevent the targeted attacks and defamation campaigns, we must create regulations and policies that protect people from online manipulation. It is important to separate everyday arguments and viciousness, which is often driven by digital anonymity and the perception of division from being online and not face-to-face, from facts, truth and reality. The intersection between social media, digital economy and data lakes has become a global affair that, in a region like ours, can spur a modern conflict. Thus, we need to take action, although we are not a rich region. Calling for new laws and regulations is easy. The difficulty is to know how to do it quickly and democratically enough. Respect it all. Digitization is one of the great challenges of this century, and as such necessitates both a regional and a European approach. It also necessitates an intergenerational approach, keeping our youth's priorities and well-being at heart. The Common Regional Market Agenda our leaders committed to has an array of measures underpinning the digital transformation of our region. Their full implementation towards a seamless digital market in the Western Balkans can be a true game changer for our region's growth trajectory. Free flow of data in our region, digital identity for the Western Balkans, interoperable cross-border service delivery, substantively reduced roaming costs with the EU, Western Balkans Digital Skills and Job Coalition, and many other initiatives high on the RCC agenda, is our commitment towards a digitally transformed region. And all Western Balkan economies will benefit on an equal share on this. Dear all, in a region where unemployment, corruption, trade, green agenda, natural disasters, risk of pandemics, cybercrime, large-scale migrations are our shared reality, it's a position of privilege to work on strengthening it socially and economically, but also to make its citizens proud of it, unfolding the real potential of this European area. We have still a vivid, talented, innovative, skillful young generation, and this is the golden key for the future of our region. It is the indelible debt that we owe to the citizens of this region, people who have endured a mountain of sufferings for more than half a century, people who have put out their faith for the transformation of their lives to Europe. It is even because we at the RCC are quite aware of this debt that we prefer tangible instead of promises, humbleness instead of hubris, cooperation instead of conflict. Thank you.